All right, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus channel presented by Connors and Ferris. Mike Catalana. I am Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. Michael, why don't you tell the people where we are today?
I've been here before. This is in Watford. This is where the Bills stayed for a week in 2015. They came out here on a Sunday, stayed the whole week, played the game, and went back. Not the case this time. It's you'd say a resort, right? This is a resort.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of nowhere. And I had local people tell me, you're in the middle of nowhere. There is fields behind us.
Yes.
And it's got a golf course and big rooms and all that stuff.
And a lot of gardens.
This could be in Western New York for all this is. Like, you would have no idea. There's nothing that screams London or England. This is where they're staying. And they got a couple of nights here, and then they play the game Sunday, and then they fly back. So this is where they practice today. This is where they'll be tonight, and then they play the game, Saturday, and then they play the game on Sunday. They fly back.
Yeah, so they flew in, and you could tell the team, they flew in, they arrived this morning. You could tell the guys were a little bit of jet lag. And even Josh Allen talked about how he's not a big coffee guy, but he felt very caffeinated when he talked to us today.
Sleepyhead? Is that what Diggs called him?
That is what Diggs called him.
Yeah.
Now,
Diggs doesn't sleep.
That's what Diggs said. He said he's fine. He doesn't really sleep much, so he's used to it. But yeah, he did call Allen a sleepyhead.
Sleepyhead. Isn't that cute? That's a nice little phrase for him.
So it actually was really cool today getting to talk to the players about the trip over. And we did, of course. I thought Sean McDermott was pretty funny today as well.
All right, I feel like this is an episode of Ted Lasso, to be honest with you here.
So he talked about the guys doing some accents as well. How would you rate the Bills' British accents?
Well, first of all, Josh didn't do one.
No.
I do a pretty good Australian accent. No. Maybe one day. But my British accent, I don't know what it is. I can't do it for some reason.
He backed away from that. Vaughn did a series of them. Vaughn picked out different parts of the London area, and he had different accents. Now, I will tell you this, I have no idea how accurate they are.
Manchester, the accent is like Manchester, like choppy chop. And then Birmingham is like Birmingham. It's like a deeper accent. And then Liverpool is like Liverpool. And then Newcastle, they have one of the funniest ones. It's like Newcastle.
But Von Miller did
Not going to tell Von Miller no,
He did them with confidence. You listen to him and it's like, I don't know. I was watching the other people, seeing how they reacted. But it would be like saying, here's a Rochester accent, here's a Michigan accent, here's a Southern accent.
Yeah.
And Von just rattled them off. And I hear the guy say, Gabe has the best of the British accents.
I really want to hear Ed Oliver's British accent. As Vaughn said, he's a Texas boy, just like Vaughn is. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm on the lookout.
Yeah, I mean, Ed being Ed, it would be a Southern version of a British accent.
Yeah,
there's no
exactly. I kind of want to hear that, though. No, today was pretty cool, though. Very short walkthrough for practice. I think the team has talked about having these guys stay up. They want to keep it light, but they want all the players to kind of make sure that they wait until the end of the day to get in their sleep because, like we talked about, this is a business trip. And there actually has been some news today. We talked to Sean McDermott, and he said Greg Rousseau will not play in this game on Sunday against the Jags. That, to me, is pretty considerable, but we also talked to Von Miller, and he said, 94.6% chance?
94.5.
0.5% chance he's going to play?
Yeah. Look, Sean McDermott doesn't like to say. He's like day by day, whatever it is. And then they put Von up there, and Von's like, 94.5. That's my chances. Was that a pretty good Von? That wasn't bad, was it?
That was not great.
Okay. It's better than Von's British accent, but...
No, I think Von's British accent was better than yours.
It's hurtful. The other 5.5 to me is nothing. That's Von speak for 100%. He's playing in this game. Feels good. So, he practices. Sean said, well, the first one maybe was a little rougher and it was better. And I think Von's playing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like you hear them talking about it, and then it's like when he says 94.5, now McDermott said that Greg Rousseau's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I think in general, if Von wasn't ready to play physically, he's not playing no matter who's out.
I completely agree.
I think Von's ready to go. I think he's playing.
I honestly am surprised, though, just because I figured because of where Von was at, being a guy who's obviously a little bit older, year 13 in the league, that the Bills would kind of want to ramp him up, and I wouldn't expect him to play. But like you talked about, what he said today really makes me believe that he's going to be out there on Sunday. And I think for him, he talked about the possibility of like, yeah, he's going to get his feet wet, but I wouldn't expect he's most likely going to be on a pitch count.
So yes, and I think that
Just smart.
we saw a version of that with Trey White last year in
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
And that was an oddity for me because, usually a corner plays, and if it's Trey White, he's playing basically every defensive snap. But the natural progression for a defensive end, pass rusher, linebacker, whatever you want to call Vaughn, is it's a series of snaps, and they rotate. So you really can pitch count a pass rusher much easier, I think, than a corner.
Absolutely.
Like Trey played a certain amount of snaps, and then he sat. In this case, Vaughn, say he's playing, he's out there, and you bring him in on some third downs, you can get him a few snaps. He's used to sitting for a while, standing on the sidelines, and then going in and playing. So I find it to be very, very reasonable that now he's going to play. Because, Jenna, when we go back to when they put him on the PUP list, you could tell it was a little bit of like, we're being safe.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he's not ready. I think physically he's been ready, at least to a point, and now the 4 weeks is up, and we'll see for sure when they activate him from the list.
Yeah, I think this is the Bills being conservative, but also letting Vaughn be Vaughn and have him getting back out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to check the iris really quick because the
You
sun
go
went
ahead.
down. You keep talking.
Yes, because obviously Jenna's controlling the camera because you don't want me doing that. I will tell you this, Jenna was out shooting practice today. 2 things to note. One, it's a Friday, so we don't usually get that much, and Fridays are usually, a different practice. 7 minutes of time we were permitted to shoot and watch practice, which was mostly just stretching and moving around. But how many cameras were on the field?
I mean, I would have to say, like 60?
Yeah.
Like, it was the most media I've ever seen. And I almost feel like including like Super Bowl stuff. There were so many cameras. I was shocked.
Yeah, and look, we were outnumbered by the locals, as you
Yeah,
might expect. There's the Western New York media here, NFL Network, and a few of those. But it was camera after camera. The news conference in a greenhouse, I guess, a flower room. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
It was beautiful, but
It
so
was
hot.
really nice, but not ideal. You're going to check again. This is what happens when the light goes up and down. It was packed. It was packed in there. And Jenna, as you come back, I would say this, that, man, what a difference 8 years ago when the Bills came and it was, there's an NFL team here and they
Yeah.
have players. And now it's from the local media. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Von Miller, like the Bills brought stars into this place, and the Bills' footprint in this area, in Europe in general, has grown immensely. These guys are stars. If you pay attention to the NFL, you know all these Bills guys.
Well, one of the first questions Josh was asked was just about so many British fans are so excited about seeing you play here. And he
Yeah.
was like, I didn't know that. Like, that's really cool to hear. But I think it speaks to the fact that the star that he is. And if you're going to the game on Sunday, you're going to see a bunch of NFL players on the outside of the stadium. Josh Allen is one of the most prominent guys out there. And I think it's just cool to see. Like, obviously, you were here 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal because the Bills were playing in London. But now it's a big deal because it's these Bills that'll be in London.
It was the NFL logo playing, meaning like the
Yeah,
Bills were a
yeah.
team in the NFL, and they had Rex Ryan, who was the biggest name. Okay, I mean, EJ was the quarterback. Like, they had some good players
Yeah.
on that team, Mario Williams and all, but they weren't winners and they weren't stars, big stars. And these guys are, and they're a winner, and people want to see them. And the Jags play here all the time, so there's a little less attention on the Jags themselves. It's really, it's a home game for the Bills, but the Jags are here a lot. So I thought that stuff was really interesting,
Yeah.
and to see the Bills treated in that way in a foreign country was really something.
Yeah, very cool. So the team will have the rest of the afternoon. I think some of the players are going to go check out some of the sites to see.
Yep.
Tomorrow, I think it's a lot quieter of a day, obviously pregame, and then Sunday, the game here.
Yeah, I think Sleepyhead said he might play some golf. Imagine that.
Josh Allen golfing.
Yeah, that would be something to see. But it's whatever keeps them on this schedule. Keep in
Yes.
mind, the game here is being played at 2:30 in the afternoon. Now that's 9:30 for them, as you guys know, for
Yeah.
back at home. But if they can get their clock to feeling like a little more in a normal way, staying up late on, what would be Friday, getting a little more normal on Saturday, and then just repeating that on Sunday, get to the game and get ready to go.
Yeah, I feel like now that we've been here a couple days, I do feel adjusted. But for these guys, they don't really have that much time to get their internal clocks going. But McDermott, sports science, all of that stuff, they obviously very much put a lot of thought into what the schedule will be. So I don't think that will be an issue. The sun is just.
So keep in mind, like the sun, as we're almost done, the sun rises, the sun comes down, it's behind the clouds. We've had great weather since we've been here, so that's not been an issue.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And I think it's supposed to be great weather for the game.
Should we go in that girl's shot?
Yeah. Yeah, she walked right in our shot. Like,
She must not know who we are.
seriously. Like, now, Josh was over here doing a video, and they came to someone else who we were with, Matt Bove, Channel 7, and told him, we can hear you in the shot. So we moved out of the way. But seriously, there's a TV camera, and she just strolled right by. This is Buffalo Plus.
So funny.
Yes. We would never do that, would we?
No, I actually don't think we would. But I
respect
also
the
think
process.
because we work in TV, we are a lot more aware than maybe some other people.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Turf war over here.
it.
All right, for Mike, I'm Jenna. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the podcast channel if you enjoy our work. Of course, we're here international, so we always appreciate if you want to share our stuff as well. We'll have plenty more coverage from London as the Bills taking on the Jags on Sunday. For Mike, I'm Jenna. We'll catch you next time here on Buffalo Plus. Isn't it?
Oh, that's it?
Isn't
That's
it?
your accent?